I'm making this video today to cover some of the basic steps in changing your car battery. There's certain things that you should do and certain precautions you should take when handling a battery and working with a battery. So the last 3 days I've noticed that when I crank my car, it's not cranking right over real quickly like it used to. It sort of and then starts up. So that's an indication that I need to take this battery down and have it tested and see if there's something wrong with that or if there's something wrong with the charging system. My suspicion is it's this battery. It's at least 3 years old, and in this hot Arizona summers are vicious on these batteries. So I recommend when you start working on your battery that you get some gloves that will protect your skin on your hands. And also I recommend getting some safety glasses, and that will protect you. Okay, so the first step to removing your battery is to remove the negative battery cable. It should be marked with a minus, and you do the negative first. That way, if you tried to do the positive first, it's possible that you might hit something that's metal and then you get arcing and you could destroy your socket, your ratchet, or your wrench. So we'll start out with the negative cable, and we're going to remove that or loosen it up and then work it a little bit, and hopefully it will just come right off. Maybe have to loosen a little more. And so off comes the terminal. Now this is pretty, common. It's there's a build-up here. We can clean this, and sometimes that's all it is. It just needs to be cleaned. This could be cleaned inside here, and you would use a. You could buy these at the auto store. Have a little wire brush inside here, and then the cap has this, so you can do the terminal. So you would stick it in there and clean this. Get rid of all the corrosion, and then you can clean the post. And that will give you a good connection. Okay, now I've got the negative terminal. I get it out of the way so it doesn't accidentally make contact. Now I'm going to do remove the positive terminal, and I can do that without worrying about arcing. And there we go. Try not to touch your eyes or your face or your clothing when you're handling a battery until you get rid of these gloves and wash your hands. So, okay, I'm going to clean this one too, just in case it tests okay and we don't have to replace it. The battery does need to be cleaned. It's really pretty dirty. So, but I'm going to go ahead and remove this battery and take it down and have it tested. And now we're going to remove the bracket that's holding the battery in place. Be careful not to lose everything here. Okay, get that out of the way. There's quite a bit of corrosion, so there's a lot of acid on this battery. And then we're just going to remove the battery. Now, it's quite heavy, so make sure that you are prepared for the weight. And there we go. Okay, now I'm going to put the battery in my trunk, and I put a piece of cardboard down so that the acid that might be on the bottom is not going to get on the interior of my trunk area. Okay, we also have to neutralize all the acid in the battery compartment. And so I've been soaking this, and this will neutralize. I've got a tray underneath the car to catch all the stuff that I wash down. So this is pretty well neutralized. Now I'm going to wash it all down. Now I'm just going to wash it all down, and it's going to get caught in my tray down below. There we go. Watch for areas where there might be any corrosion that might cause a bad connection. It could be under this nut that clamps the wires down to the terminal. You need to clean that if necessary. They look pretty good here. So I'm just going to clean where the terminal contacts the post and get that nice and clean so there'll be a good positive contact. And now I've got the battery compartment and the terminals all cleaned up. I cleaned up the battery tray so that it's going to be clean. I don't want a bunch of acid in there, so we got that all cleaned up, ready to put the new battery in just about. Okay, I'm going to place the new battery in. I'm making sure that everything is out of the way, not going to get crushed or by the battery. There we go. Now, remember that the negative battery terminal was the first thing we took off. It's going to be the last thing we reattach. Okay, now I'm just going to remove the protective cover for the positive terminal. Okay, I'm going to put the battery hold down back on. It's going to go under the battery strap, and I'm going to... Okay, I've reattached the battery hold down. It's secure, not too tight, but definitely you don't want it coming loose. Now I'm going to attach the positive battery terminal to the positive post, and you want to make sure that you get it on the right one. Obviously, most people know that the positive post on the battery has a plus next to it, so that's how you know. And get it nice and secure. Pretty tight, there we go. And now I'm going to attach the negative one, which is the last one you want to do. Okay, that's secure. That's secure. Put the protector over the positive. Now, let's see if it starts the car. Okay, I'm going to test this battery. It's a brand new battery, and a fully charged battery should be about 12.6 volts, and this is 12.51. That's right off the shelf, so that's good. We want to see that. And I'm also going to test in a second here the charging voltage. It should be over 14 volts. So I'm going to start this car up and check to make sure that the alternator's charging. And you see it's 14.4 volts, which is good. That's what you want to see. Okay, the final thing I'm going to do after changing my battery is put some battery terminal cable protector on it, over the terminals, and this is going to give us a little extra protection. from corrosion. And you can get this at the auto store, auto parts store. So there we go. And that's how you change a battery in your car. Here's some products that I got when I did my battery change, and you can get these at your local auto parts store. This is the battery cleaner, and it neutralizes the acid, and it costs like $6 or $7. Here are some work gloves that are chemical resistant, and that's a really good thing. These are nitrile disposable gloves. Good thing to get, like about $10 to $12, $13. And some safety glasses to protect your eyes.